Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video I'll be discussing my thoughts on episode 11 of the anime series Galilei Donna, which is, for all intents and purposes, the series finale. Now, we're pretty much picking up right where we left off, with the three sisters Ferrari having been caught up to by Interpol and effectively taken into custody. And when they're pining away in their jail cell, they're confronted once again by that dirty cop who chased them away so many episodes ago and led their parents astray, essentially. And he tells them, you're going to be put on trial, indicted. And I was really kind of stumped as to what kind of charges could they possibly bring up on these three girls. But of course it was Adney Moon Company, basically with their dirty deeds, with their black market backdoor company that was led by, of course, Roberto Materazzi, the sort of Messier company as they call it. All the destruction that this side of the company, the secret side, has been up to is now being blamed on Hozuki specifically, because she built the Galileo ship, she put the weapons armaments in there and everything like that, and where else are they going to point the finger? So point after point after point, as this trial is unfolding, they're blaming the girls, and they're going to send these girls away forever. They basically had turned down, when the Adney Moon Corporation head guy had come to them and said, well, if you give us the Tessero, we'll let you go. Of course, Hozuki very proudly said that ain't going to happen. And so now they have to face this trial. What was really intriguing to me was, as I speculated and as I had kind of voiced my hopes over several episode reviews now, is that by the end of this story, the family would be sort of unified again by the end. And that's kind of what happened. When Adney Moon basically thought they were going to unleash their trump card, they brought out the mother, who has, ever since that seemingly almost mortal wound, had amnesia, and she can't even remember having her daughters, her children, or at least so far as we're led to believe. Suddenly, the father comes in, he's unexpected, and he just shows up as a surprise. And it turns out, behind the scenes, as the girls have been tracking down the Galileo sketches and all this stuff, essentially the mother has planned to get evidence to get Adney Moon in trouble, to show them for the criminals that they really are. All of the things that they've been up to, from, exploiting sky pirates and saying it was the pirates who were stealing the methane hydrate or whatever it is, as well as blaming that on Hozuki and the Ferrari sisters, all this stuff was exposed by the mother, who's been faking all along having this amnesia. She figured this was the best way to uncover the lies, the deceits, and get, the names of their daughters cleared once again. It is a little convoluted because, of course, they have a really crappy lawyer and everything, and there's that whole reveal where he pulls the mask off, and it's actually the Black Enemy, the Sky Pirate faction leader and everything. By the end of it, you basically have this guy getting arrested, and then, of course, Roberto Materazzi shows up, kills his stepfather, his adoptive father, whatever you want to call it. He's taken into custody. But what was really intriguing to me was, of course, Anna was kind of the one to help the sisters. She rebelled effectively, finally, against Roberto. She basically got out from under his thumb, her love for him and everything like that, and worked toward the greater good. And you're left with the sisters reuniting with their parents. They've become successfully a family unit again. They're going to visit their grandfather after finding the 7th rumored sketch, which ends up being a sort of portrait that Galileo drew of Hozuki because of her time back in the past with him. And so they're chasing the future once again, with that Tessero, that power source that is going to hopefully save the world when tapped. He knew, Galileo that is, that Hozuki was the girl to do it, to finish whatever it is he started to make that possible, because that was his living dream. After meeting her, he wanted to save the world for her benefit from ages past. And while it was convoluted, a little unexpected, a little too jokey in places with the mask ripped off, reveal of the Black Enemy guy being the litigator and everything like that, it was still somewhat funny and somewhat charming, and that's been, the through sort of vein of the entire series. It's been very fantastical, very charming, and just, I've really loved the in-depth feel of it. It feels like a world that you are immediately immersed in, and that carries up all the way to the end. And while the ending was a little bit abrupt for my taste, I think they could have stretched it for another episode. It was still pretty good that it all ended on a high note. So I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below if you've been following the series, what you thought of the ending, what you thought of it as a whole. I really enjoyed it. It's not my favorite of the fall season, but it's definitely up there as one that I enjoyed watching episode to episode. And yeah, hope to hear from you. Otherwise, that'll be it for me, and I hope this video finds you well. And I'll catch you later. Peace.